How important is sleep and how much should we get according to you?
I think sleep's very important. People don't understand the body does all the work when it's recovering, and when it's recovering is when it's sleeping, when you eat well, recovery is not only sleep. Recovery or rest is not only sleep. It's the amount of food you eat, how well you eat, the amount of water you drink, how stressed you are through the day, how much sleep you're getting on a daily basis, how relaxing is that sleep, how deep is that sleep. I don't think you can put a number to it. I think sometimes 6 hours of sleep is good enough if you've got good deep sleep. Sometimes even 10 hours of sleeping is not good enough. So
exactly.
I don't think you can kind of put a number to it, but it really depends on a number of factors, which is, like I said, food. How much are you drinking? How much alcohol are you having? That affects your sleep. People think they can get drunk, wake up 15 hours later with this hangover, and they think they've slept a lot. It's not. Their body's not recovered at all, because all the time is spent kind of flushing that alcohol out of the system rather than recovering the body. So sleep's important. I'd say you should try and get anything between 6 to 8 hours at least. Mm-hmm. But that's just a number.
I've got a very good friend of mine who sleeps 6 hours every day, but her deep sleep is 2 hours.
Yeah,
she's fresh as a daisy when she wakes up. And sometimes I sleep for 8 hours if I'm lucky, and I've had, if I get 10 minutes of deep sleep, then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And I've had those days when I've been super stressed out.
Yeah.
Increasing deep sleep, somebody who doesn't wear a fitness watch like you and me, just understanding deep sleep and the amount of recovery that your body goes through during that time. If you could just elaborate a little bit on that.
I think your stages of sleep, you have your light sleep.
Yeah.
That's a majority of your time is spent in light sleep. You have REM sleep, which is where your body kind of does all the mental work. So, our parents kind of, when we were studying for exams, would always tell us, go to sleep, don't worry. You'll remember when you wake up in the morning. And I used to laugh at my mom. I was like, how am I going to remember if I've not studied? She's like, no, your body will do the work, your brain will do the work when you're sleeping, which is true. I don't think she knew the science behind it, but I'm pretty sure she kind of got it right. And then there's your deep sleep. Now, that's the least amount of sleep that you get. Your deep sleep is the least amount of sleep, but that's when the physical work happens. That's when the physical recovery happens. So when you have the alcohol, the first thing that gets affected is your deep sleep. And so all the gains you've made in the gym are just completely wasted. So I'd say deep sleep's really, really important from a physical recovery perspective, but REM sleep's really important from a mental recovery perspective. So you've got to kind of, try and hit all sleep stages. How much you get really depends. I'm a light sleeper. Some people are light sleepers. Some people are heavy sleepers. When you become a dad, you become a light sleeper. And for me, it's about kind of making sure I do the things right. So I won't watch too much TV before going to sleep because I don't want my mind to be kind of wired. I'll make sure I sleep in a really dark room. I have good temperature around, so I'm comfortable, not too cold, not too hot. And then, God willing, I get good sleep. That's it.
Yeah, man. I believe for me personally, of course, your diet is the biggest one, but sleep is equally important. Yeah. And not a lot of people get good amount of sleep, regardless of wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to get the best amount of sleep. And I believe that, as well as along with that diet, those two things, if you can just manage that out and fix that somehow, I don't know, 5-6 days a week, at least my thought process works that way, at least for myself. If you can just fix that, then you're good to go.
I look at it as a 5-2 or an 80-20 principle. 5 days of the week, you do what's good for you. 2 days in the week, you do what you enjoy. And I think you balance it out really well through life.
If you love what we are doing, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications.
Thank you very much for watching us on YouTube. Make sure that you also listen to us on Spotify.
This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.